good evening, and welcome to a live stream of a game that I recently discovered quite by accident. It's called Skye. I came across this on, it was a recommended news article on my phone, of all things, and it's gorgeous. It's not a big game. It seems to be a game that's been developed in partnership, or in part at least, linked with the university course. Um, And this was on the Metro newspaper, which is a newspaper that's handed out with, in train stations around the country. And this digital article just appeared on my phone, and it was all about, what have I been playing? Because the author was showing what they've been playing this week, and one of the games that they've been playing was this game, which they described as relaxing, and they said that you could pair it quite nicely with Porco Rosso. If you had it on the Studio Ghibli movie playing on one screen, you could be flying this aeroplane around quite happily, almost existing in that world with Porco. And I kind of agree. It's got a the game is described as having a painterly quality, which translates to this sort of very impressionistic, almost you can see the brushstrokes kind of style of games, especially in the landscape and the rocks. And that sort of paired with the I missed the spyglass there. That paired with the wonderful minimalist music, which is also actually quite reminiscent of Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. Oh, missed again. um, is wonderful. I spent about 20 minutes playing this game last night, before I had to sort out a problem with my web browser. Come on, yes, there we go. But I've been wanting to get back into it ever since I turned off my machine, about 2 in the morning, I have to say, because it's just so relaxing to play this game. Now, the other thing that this game reminds me of is Star Wars Rogue Squadron in terms of how it controls. The flight controls are very arcadey, but they're very tight as well in that sense. There's a nice movement and a sensation of the aircraft shifting its weight as you turn from left to right in the air, which you're not having to overly compensate for as you might do in a more, shall we say, serious or more straight-edged flight simulator, and that's very welcome. The other thing that reminds me of Star Wars Rogue Squadron is the fact that you have this particular control. So the right stick, all of this is just the left stick that I'm doing right now, and actually now that we're up to full speed on the engine, I don't even actually have to be pulling on the triggers at all. So I can slow down with the left trigger, I can speed up with the right trigger, and just flown out of bounds. And once you're up in the air, you're just essentially steering around with the left stick. It's like, in that sense, well, like a joystick, It's got that inverted control feel, the aviation control to it. So up is down, down is up, and the right stick, for me, this reminds me of the controls of Rogue Squadron, because it gives you the opportunity to do a roll, so you can do this sort of thing. And then, in fact, I was showing my lovely wife a little bit earlier, you can do a loop-the-loop and then start spinning, and you will corkscrew. It's just so brilliant. It's a very, very relaxing game, and most impressively of all, it is free to download on Steam. I very much recommend it. And actually, I need to continue my missions in this game. There are a series of sort of fetch questing type scenarios. You need to someone who knows that plane inside and out. Nice, that's got an achievement. So let's go to the workshop. And we will choose Come Fly With Me. My plane and I are finally ready to take our first flight. I don't expect anything to go wrong, but just in case, would you mind joining me? Asks the pilot who initially has been asking you to go fly around the island collecting parts for his plane. Presumably that's him there. So come up to speed and then pull back to take off. I guess I've got to stay inside this yellow circle alongside our no, co-pilot's the wrong word, but our co-pilot. Follow Samuel on his first flight. I mean, again, it's a minimalist sort of style in that sense. There's not much in the way of detail. But as with, for example, it reminds me of Zelda Skyward Sword. The way that they turned the limitations of the Wii console into a virtue. You know, when you were further away from details, they would merge into French Impressionist-like paintings, dots in the horizon, and then as you got closer, those dots would coalesce into something more solid, more recognizable. Oh no! The engine's caught on fire. What can we do to help? Don't want to crash into him. Oh, he's had to land. Oh, don't! No! And then he crashed into the sea myself. Okay, return to the village to get help. Okay, like an idiot, I've been turning the right stick there. I thought, because for a second I thought I could turn the camera around myself. I suppose that's the one thing that feels a bit odd, but I guess yeah, that has to be the case in a flight sim. It's quite difficult to turn. You know, you can't rotate the camera around. So if I try that, that's why. That's what happened there. I was trying to keep an eye on him, but he had passed behind me, and instead I sort of barrel rolled. So let's go and see how he's doing. So I need to go and get some help. Off we go, back to the village. Let's got this spyglass on the way. Yep. Skim the water. And so in that sense, the controls are quite forgiving, and it makes you probably look better than you actually are, in so much as that weight and that movement through the air gives you that sense of, or gives it certainly the look and the feel as though you are in fact a pilot that you know, that can fly a plane, which is quite nice. Now, of course, this isn't, as I say, this isn't the most serious flight sim. You know, there is Flight Simulator. There's other games out there if you want to get more technical. But this also actually reminds me a little bit of Pilot Wings as well, actually. That Nintendo series, which is brilliant. But I suppose there's not quite the same sort of sense of silliness in this game as there is in that one. Oh, I'm pretty sure Norman has the fisher boat. He could use it to pick me up. Please go and ask him for help. In the meantime, I'll stay where I am. Okay. Cool. Tools of the trade. So, Samuel himself got himself stuck on the other side of the island. Doesn't surprise me. I'll help him out. Sure. If you pick up some items for me. Okay. They were thrown overboard during the storm last week, but should still be floating around, says the fisherman. So off we go. Collecting parts for Norman. A winch, a rope, and a hook. By the look of it, we need to get. Oh, don't crash into the. Just need to fly close enough to the parts to pick them up, essentially. Come on, come on. What's that? Oh no! So I mean by being quite forgiving, actually. Necessarily quite forgiving. Come on. I really should approach it from further away, shouldn't I? So let's go to the right. Come in for a landing. Come in low. Oh no, maybe I have to do actually land then. I suppose that makes sense. So there we go. Now, of course, the music doesn't just remind me of Breath of the Wild. This sort of slightly deconstructed, meandering piano theme is also, of course, common in Studio Ghibli films. In fact, the moment of self-reflection, or moment of observing beauty in the landscape, this kind of thing. And it's brilliant. So, we need to follow on the compass for our next. Now, something that I would like, and obviously I've only just started playing this game, but I would like to see maybe as a little bit of variation, maybe in the planes that you fly, or the maybe customization in the livery of the plane, and the colours, and so on. Now then, where is? Oh, there it is. Okay. Let's come to land here. Ooh. There we go. Brilliant. And one or two more parts to go. It's funny, isn't it, as well, how you sort of find yourself turning your head as you would. So when I turn to the right, I sort of find myself going, oh. Yeah, bobbing my head to the left. Oh. No, no, don't want to go into the rocks. Okay. And the fact that it's a seaplane is fantastic. Again, the Porco Rosso analogy or comparison is very appropriate. Okay, so oh, is that us having to return to base now? RTB. Brilliant. Oh. No, presumably. Exit hub, yes. Presumably there must be another part to collect. I mean, there's something on the compass, but I thought it was pointing to the village. That's over there. Oh, well, there you go. Let's go past the windmill. Just imagine people picnicking, can't you, on the on a day like this, seeing a plane fly low overhead. Oh, I completely ignored the compass there. Let's be back here. So slow down. No, 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 no! Don't dip your wing in the water. There we go. There we go. Just there. Just hover above the water a little bit, and then come back down again. Superb. Alright, that should be the last one of them, says the fisherman. Let's go round the around the rock as we come into land. So actually, this also actually coincided with someone sending me this recommendation as well. So it kind of someone had suggested that it was a very relaxing game to play, knowing fine well that I like relaxing games, and it was a nice coincidence to have that news story pop up. To first go, oh, this is what's available, and then someone else saying, oh, it's only five. Well, they said it was £5, but actually it was free. So all hands on deck. All right, now that I've got my towing gear, we can go lead the way. All right, I have to lead the fishing boat out of port, I guess, to where Samuel is waiting. Oh, it's a very fast-moving boat. Right, so I need to show him the way. So this way. Okay, so I need to guide him within the circle. Interesting. Yeah, you adjust your course. Don't fly too far ahead. Well, he's just over here, I think. Yep. So there he is. Poor Samuel, I can take it from here, kid. Head back to the village. I'll handle things here. Okay. Well, job done. Off we go. So I am playing on a controller. You can play with the keyboard using the WASD keys and the mouse. But I think the controller is the way to go with this sort of sensation. There we go. Cool. Finish quest. Main quest races. Interesting. Fish spotting. Actually, there's something else you could do for me. Help me out with, sorry. I could help use someone with a plane to fly around and find the best places to fish. Okay, let's find some good fishing places to cast my nets. I've marked the first spot for you already. Okay. I wonder if we're going to be able to actually spot the like a school of fish or okay. Let's see if we can find some schools around here. He says. Well, coming to land, I guess. I like the HUD. I like the yellow circle that they use. It's very hand drawn, isn't it? It's like sort of drawn with a great big piece of chalk or paint. And again, it's very in keeping with the. If you look at the rock face here, so well, it's so stylized. I like it. Where on earth is the fishing boat? I wonder. Stay inside the search radius. Well, I am inside the search radius. Where's he gone? I keep on wanting to use that right stick as a camera control, but that's not what it's for. Well, I'm inside the search radius still, but it's disappeared. Oh, here we go. Almost done searching those spots. Stay in the area until we're done searching. Yeah. I cannot find. Maybe he's in the plane with me. Is that it? Seems like a good spot. Let's see if we can find some schools around here. Yep. Ah, I thought I was waiting for him to turn up in his boat, but presumably not. Because that's not him. Well, that's not his boat, at least. So maybe I'm meant to be literally looking around for a school of fish. Maybe we need to take off. Whoa! Take off and look down. Give him an overhead view. Seems like it wasn't a good spot after all. Let's go to the next one. Okay. Yes, I'm meant to be flying around in the circles, which makes sense. I am in an aeroplane that happens to have pontoons, but I love these ruins in the landscape. And you just want to fly amongst them, don't you? Fly in and out of them, and you know. Again, be a bit risky, be a bit poco rosso. Okay, fishing spots over here, maybe? Here we are. Okay, so slow down. Let's try and stay within the circle. Oh, I think I saw a school of fish there. Or at least I saw a ripple. No, that was a ripple around the rocks. Almost done searching the spot, okay. I see a spyglass. Okay, let's go to the next one. Up we go. And then turn over. Yeah. It's just so satisfying. Where's the next one, I wonder? I love the other planes as well. Again, it's very reminiscent of a community of pilots, isn't it? Which, you know, places like the Mediterranean, as portrayed in Poco Rosso, but also in, you know, in other parts of the world. Plane flight can be very, very useful for post and medical purposes and making sure that life happens, because sometimes the boats or the sea, you know, isn't being all that cooperative. Whoa. Ah, finally found a spot with plenty of fish. I've marked it on my map, so we can head back to Libra. Okay, excellent. So it's a fun little playground. It's an aeroplane playground, really, isn't it, this game? And it happens to be very, very pretty as well. Finished quest. Fish delivery. Thanks to you, I caught more than enough fish. Usually the leftovers are delivered to the other villagers on the island. Mind helping me out again? These old bones would like a break from sailing. Okie dokie. He's marked all the villages on the map. Excuse me. Up we go. Oh, nice. So you do a little. Can we get a nice? Can we see that again? Oh no, it's gone. But you sort of drop a package, care package with a small parachute. I guess that's one way to deliver this stuff. So over the top. Oh, I see another telescope. Okay, 16 out of 30. Oh, okay, so watch out for the parachute and... Oh, missed. Okay, better turn around. Yeah. So they found quite a good way to give you a variety of missions and ways of using this plane in the landscape. A seascape, airscape, which is yeah, which is good. It's no small feat. You know, even some of the biggest budget titles you can imagine have suffer from tremendous lack of variety in terms of mission structure. And yeah, okay, practically speaking, you're not doing anything other than flying, but they're giving you little things to do within that, which is nice. All the fish delivered. Yep. Return to Libra. And we must be... Yep. This rock is home, so... Start to slow down. Yeah. It's just very calming, very satisfying. Finish quest. Ammunition escort. Lost equipment. Let's try ammunition. Hello, I'm Elizabeth. Samuel was supposed to escort me to Libra, but he just radioed me. He said that something else came up, but that you would be willing to help me in his stead. Okay, let's try this out. I've got a shipment here with goods from the mainland. If you'd be so kind to fly over to my ship, and I could deliver them to Libra. Okay. I like the lady's coat. It's very warm, isn't it? Up we go. And it's funny, a few years ago we went camping on the Isle of Muck and the Isle of Egg. Actually, we stayed in a bothy on Egg. For these little buildings that you find on these islands are very, very sturdy things, very warm things as well, with the fire going. Doesn't take much to keep them nice and warm. Come on, where's the ship? Oh, there it is over there. Okay, and come into land. Let's not dawdle. Lead the way. Okay, lead the way. Yeah, I know. I'm coming. I'm coming. Slow down a little bit. Oh. Shame your plane isn't serviceable for any front-line work. So this is a time of war then, in this, again, very much like Porco Rosso in that sense. Do you think they took inspiration from that film? They must have. Surely they must have. How's Norman doing? Still his usual freeloading self? I hope you haven't been doing too many odd jobs for him. Oh. And down we go. There we go. Don't want to leave the circle, don't want to get too far ahead of her. It's been long since I've seen Libra's training grounds. Hopefully Samuel's been taking care of it while I was gone. There we go. We've arrived at Libra. Seems to be quite capable with that plane. Thank you for escorting me. Excellent. So finish quest. Lost equipment. Target practice. Ooh. So you've already managed to attach a gun to your plane. Edward used to fly around the ruins for target practice, so it might be helpful to you to train there too. Oh, that's exciting. Mm. I was hoping that there'd be more to this than just flying around. Still quite a few targets hung up. It appears that Samuel has indeed been taking care of them. Go on then, show me what you've got. Okay. I'm guessing the A button. Is the A button to fire? Yes, it is. Interesting. Well, is that a target or is that a... Shoot the targets. Shoot the glass! That's one. And... Oh, there's a slight auto aim assist going on, which is interesting. Instead of just, well, slightly click onto a target ahead of you, which is, you know, welcome. I'm not sure it's utterly necessary, but it's welcome. Oh, maybe it is necessary. There we go. Okay. Back we go. There we go. Don't crash into the men here. Is there men here? Into the stone circle. Oh wow, that's making me feel a bit sick. Let's just rotate out of it. There we go. Cool. Where are the other targets, I wonder? Yeah, I've got all the obvious ones. And... oh, there's a telescope. Let's see, can we see any targets? There's a telescope inside the ruin just there. And there's a target underneath here. Ah, so they're not all just by the ruins. Okay. Oh, telescope. Dive bomb the house. Oh, oh no, I've damaged my plane. Okay. There we go. A little bit of smoke there, I need to be more careful. Now, where is that? Oh. Let's go for that guy. There you go, you see it slightly just toggled on to the target. Okay, back over we go. Turn over, and can we get it? Can we get... no, no, no. Ah. Oh, well, there's that guy. Oh, why isn't it? Maybe there's a range problem. That's definitely how we're... okay, so we got it. We got that one. And this guy. That's strange. It's not registering the shot as it happens. It sort of registers it after the fact on those guys. There we go. Let's see. Can we get this? We can do this. We can do this. Oh! That's fun. And back this way. I think I saw one just there. Yeah, can we do this? Can we do this? Ooh. Oh! Just bounced off the ground. Yeah, yeah. Playing isn't happy. So 2 more targets. Another telescope up here. Yep. There we go. And oh, I see a target there. There we go. Got it. It'd be cool if it kind of disappeared in like a puff of smoke or something, or fragmented instead of just disappearing. But again, this is a. It seems as though this is a, you know, very small game, so I'm impressed with it for what it is. There's our last target. Got it. You managed to hit them all. Feel free to continue flying around the ruins if you like. I'll be in the village. It almost gives like a heat haze kind of feel, doesn't it? The way that the brush strokes are visible, as it were. So I like it. It is good. Oh, I bounced too soon there. Oh, oh. There we go. Brilliant. Finish quest. Floating targets come next. Oh, and there's a lost equipment quest as well. Interesting. So my old gear got lost on the last fishing trip. Could you help me out one more time? Well, now you've gotten some experience with shooting. There are a few more targets around town you could practice on. Well, let's try that. Shoot all the targets. Take care to only hit the targets, not the villagers. We wouldn't want an accident on our hands, would we? No, indeed, we wouldn't. Well, I think I see... Oh, there's a target there. Interesting. Because that one doesn't seem to have a orange... There. Ah, they do break apart. Maybe you just have to be close enough to them to see the animation. Instead of them just having them just disappear. Like that. Yeah. Okay, and... Yeah, got it. And... Got it. I wonder if you can replay favourite quests in this game. I haven't actually had to do that yet, you know, I'm just playing through it as they come, as it were. Yeah, that was good. So this is feeling even more like Pilot Wings in that sense. Now that targets have been introduced, you know. Yeah, that's good. And one up here. Yes, got it. Now. There's one there, and the reticule briefly locked on to something underneath the arch here. Which, yep. Got it. And back to the right. Ah, I totally got that. I should have got that. Any more targets? do a fly by the plane, or by the boat rather. I'm sure they'll love me for that. Where's that last target gone? It's not on the plane there, is it? No, it's not. There it is. Ah! Okay, got that one. That was after them. Magnificent job. Thank you. Oh, so there are now random targets around the island without markers. That's what that one without a marker was for. There are 24 of them to find. That's good to know. Wonder where they'll be. There's one. Let's turn around. Oh, interesting. Yeah! That was satisfying. Okay, let's come in for a landing. Oh. No, that wasn't good. Gotta give yourself the space to land. Okay, and I'm not sure this is a very good one either, but slow down enough, maybe? Maybe? Yeah, there we go. That wasn't very realistic, but that'll do. Yeah. So, I mean, I really hope you get to replay quests. That would be good. Shipments should still be floating around. You have to pick them up. Okay, land to pick them up. Excellent. Up to the clouds. Very pretty clouds. Now, where are our shipments? Definitely one on this bearing. There it is. Let's come in for a... Oh, and I see a target up there as well. It's worthwhile bearing in mind. Okay, so let's fly straight through it and take off. Or not fly, float straight through it. And get the target. Yes, 4 of 24. There's our next shipment. Over here. And, oh, 5 of 24. And turn over. Loop the loop. There's another shipment. Can we? Yes. Oh, and there's the other one just over there. How convenient. So we can get this guy on the way back. Yay, 22 of 30. Telescopes. And one more target. In front of me. Brilliant, 6 of 24. Oh, there's number 7. Brilliant. Oh, look at that rock formation. That's very much Giant's Causeway-esque, isn't it? Which obviously you do find similar on in the Western Isles and that part of Scotland, well, that coastline of Scotland. Ooh. They turn up everywhere, don't they? They were in Canarium. Remember that when you go to the underwater realm in that game? Oh. Hey. One more telescope. Oh, another target. Need to return to Norman. Getting close though. If you've never played this game, it looks interesting. It is interesting. And crucially, it's free. It's free on Steam. As I say, it seems to have been produced as part of a project of some sort. There's a university lab named in the development details on the Steam page. And it's very, very relaxing. I love it. Whoa. Ah, there we go. That was a bit generous. I don't think I really properly got that. Anyway, it's coming for landing. Oh. There we go. There we go. Thanks. I knew I could count on you. Don't worry. I'll be out of your hair from now on. Well, no, like I said, I like the final voyage. Oh, no. I don't want the quests to end. Today was a long day. Time to go home. Okay. Oh, fly back to the mainland, that is. Okay. Thus concludes another day on Libra. On Libra, may we see you again when the skies call you. Interesting. Fly back home. Oh, I'm returning home. Has it just been a day out on the island? Is that it? Oh. Well, this is a delightful but short experience, if this is the end of the game. Obviously there are races to do as well, though, so I could hopefully come back and do those. And that sort of minimalist piano now seems a little bit mournful, doesn't it? Given that you're having to leave. Yes. Phew, just about got the telescope there. Oh, this is home. Okay. Okay, so home is just on the other side of this island. Well, that's a relief. That's good to know. So let's go in for a landing. And there we go. Decoded production. There you go. Shalom. Indeed, it has a piece to it, doesn't it? Oh no, I suppose that you're saying shalom. Presumably, I forgot what the TV show's called, but shalom, as people say. What was it? You'll tell me, Willem Dafoe's Fruitcake. I'm sure you will. But I get the reference, but also the game has a piece to it as well. That's that. Now, hopefully we get to. Can we skip the credits? Oh, we don't want to skip the credits. They're there for a reason. But hopefully we get to do more quests and actually do the races as well. Otherwise, I've just rushed through this whole game without without really properly soaking it in. Level design, 3 people, interesting. Quest design, 4 people. Tool design, audio engineer. Friday night dinner, yes. QA manager, QA tester, quality assurance, I guess. Community management, production. So let's see if we can get back into the game. Nope, can't skip. But as I say, it's a small game. These people's names deserve to be seen. Everyone listed above. And, oh, blimey. Creative consultants. I am all the while trying to click on buttons to get out of it. Art, design, tech, yep. Thank you for playing our game. Well, you're very welcome, guys. Isn't that brilliant? So now, what do you press? Do you click? Ah, okay. Saving progress. Let's continue. Consider joining our Discord server. Interesting. I might just do that, actually. See what else they're up to. So, see progress. Oh, the two counters that we've had going. Frame rate limit. Oh, cool. So you can select unlimited. Overall quality preset epic. Fair enough. Auto detect. Let's accept that, shall we? Apply new settings. I wonder if the frame rate will be any smoother. Not that it wasn't smooth anyway. Let's get over to the hub and see what, if there are any new quests awaiting us. Because I'm curious now as to whether that's the game, including I suppose the 20 minutes yesterday, about an hour and 10 minutes maybe. But in that sense, it's not the game. The game is this experience, isn't it? So it's still very much enjoyable even after the fact. Oh, can we get there? Yes. 26 of 30. Telescopes found. And let's go over this time. Those flowers. Bloodwen. It's a word for flowers. Okay, and come in for a landing. Oh, there we go. And main quests are all done. Oh, okay. Oh, that's a shame. So there are the races. Race Devil and Collect Race. Or we can just exit the hub. Interesting. Well, let's try race. I originally laid out this course to practice my own flying, but that will have to wait. In the meantime, try to get through as fast as you can. Okay, 45 seconds for gold. Let's see if we can do this. Excuse me. Oh, there's a tempting telescope right there on the left. But no, focus. Try and get through the hub, through the rings, I guess. It's going to be hopefully a good test of flying through and over the landscape. So I like the change in music as well, which is nice. Oh my goodness! Okay, cool. There we go. Oh, really? Oh, you got to be kidding me! Oh. Well, it's definitely saying you haven't been daring enough. We're going to make you fly through buildings. 42, 43, 40. Yes! Gold. I'm happy with that. Okay, race 1 done. Now I don't want to plow through all the races. But that said, let's see if we go to main menu. Yeah, you can always go to new game, so you can always start the game again. But that's just good, a good little game. And as I say, free on Steam at the moment, at least. Like, you know, who knows if there'll be a price on it in the future. If someone else is watching this at some point in the future. But I very much enjoyed this. A nice little distraction this evening. Thank you guys for turning up when you did. It's been hopefully this is the sort of stream that people can come back to and watch from the beginning, because I think it's worthwhile doing that. But I very much enjoyed myself. Hopefully you have too. Let's see. Let's go to main menu and quit game. As ever, guys, until next time, do take care. Bye bye.